Hello, hello. How are you, friend? Um, I just want to remind you that you definitely deserve to be a millionaire, and we are going to get you there. But there are some things that you need to do before you start investing. So here I am, the bougie budgeter, telling you everything that you need to know, or breaking down your burning questions about what you need to do before you start investing. And today we are talking about credit. I think that credit is always a big topic. It's a big criteria. And there are some things that you absolutely need to do before you start investing. But is that getting your credit together? So the question is, do I need to have good credit before I start investing? And I think that that is a wonderful question. And it comes down to a couple things. Number one, what are you defining as investing? Are you trying to be a real estate investor? Are you taking out a loan before you invest into your new empire? Or are you taking out money from the bank, borrowing money from the bank to begin your investing journey? If the answer is yes, then the answer is yes. Yes, you do need good credit because you want to have a lower interest rate when you are going out into these endeavors. And even still, some programs, FHA, and I'm not a real estate guru, you got to tune into Kendra to know more about that. But in essence, if you're borrowing money to get the capital for your investment, then the answer is yes. You do need good credit because you want to have the best interest rate so you're not spending all of your money paying back interest versus like getting the actual dollars that you need to invest. But if we're talking, you're trying to just start in the stock market, you're trying to do some smaller things, or you want to invest, be an angel investor, I don't think that credit is really that big of a deal. And I know that the girlies are going to come after me. They love credit. And listen, I think that credit is definitely a huge factor, especially in the Black community. We absolutely need access to adequate credit, but it's not always required for everything that we need to do. If you're focusing on the stock market, you need more dollars than you need credit. Your credit score doesn't really have a big factor or doesn't play any type of part in how much money you're actually able to invest in the stock market. So I think that when we're thinking of credit, it is very beneficial, especially when we're looking at bigger investments, when we're trying to bring on other investors or we're getting dollars from an outside source such as the bank, because that credit score is really there to show us or prove to your creditor, hey, this person will most likely kind of sort of give you your money back. And that's really what it is for. But again, when we're looking at investing, when we're talking about, well, okay, I want to be an investor, I want to be a stock market investor, I want to be invested in crypto, or I want to start investing into small businesses within my community, sometimes it's not really that beneficial. So when we're thinking about investing, first let's break it down and say, okay, well, what type of investor do I want to be? Do I want to be an investor, a real estate investor? And then even that, what type of real estate investor do I want to be? Do I want to be on the beaten path and do the wholesaling? Or do I want to do the flipping houses? Or do I want to be a landlord? Because all of those different variations will give you a different answer of what you need and if that credit score is really going to be a big factor. So once we understand, okay, I want to be a real estate investor or I want to be a stock market investor. And again, let's be clear. If you are trying to be a stock market investor, if being a stock market investor is something that you're super interested in, you don't really need to have good credit. It's not going to make or break you if you have a 400 credit score and you have $100,000 invested. Me personally, I would rather take the 400. I would no, I'm joking. I would rather take the $100,000 investment or the $100,000 stock portfolio over the and have a lower credit score any day. Because again, the credit score is, that's what you need in case you don't have all the money that you need to start investing, or you don't have all the capital that you really need to put into this next investment vehicle, whether that be a house, whether that be a car, or any other asset that you're trying to get. So I'd rather have the money. I'm going to take the money every day, all day, twice on Sunday, because it is what it is. Like, I remember, let me tell you a story. My mom, we went to go buy a new truck. And again, it's 6 of us. So we only rode in Suburbans because that is literally the only size truck that could fit all of us in there, because a lot of siblings, a lot of people. So my parents, we were at the dealership with them, and I'm not really paying attention. I'm in and out, whatever. Like, this is like 2006, 2007. So I'm like in the 7th grade. I don't know anything about buying a car. And they're talking to my mom about like her debt to ratio and all of these things. And I just remember her looking at the car salesman and saying, "You want to talk money or you want to talk credit? Which one you want to talk?" And so that brings me back to this conversation. That brings me back to the whole idea of, do I really need a solid credit score? Do I need a 850, a 800 score to really be a good investor? And my answer to that, my response to that is, do you want to talk money or are you talking about a credit score? If your method or what inspires you to be an investor has nothing to do with getting more capital, or you don't need to start off with, because we already know as a stock market investor, you don't need to start off with $100,000. You don't need even $1,000 today to be an investor. So if that's not your goal, to buy a house or buy land or buy something that is requiring you to borrow from the bank, I say F a credit score. I say, I don't care. I don't care if your idea is, I can't start investing until my credit score is up. That is absolutely not true. You can start a business with a bad credit score. You can start stock market investing with a bad credit score. And dare I say, you can start in the crypto market, or you can start almost any other type of investing with a bad credit score. Because I guarantee, if you had $10,000 in the bank and you wanted to go invest in a local business, they're not going to say, "Hey, what's your credit score?" They're going to say, let's think of this business plan. Let's see how we can work together. And I think that that's why a lot of times when we're comparing ourselves to the rich, we're not taking into consideration, they don't consider their credit score. It's not a big factor for them. And when you're investing, when you're trying to become an investor, if your goal is to emulate the rich and be like them, they aren't worried about that. They're worried about, again, you want to talk money, you want to talk cash, or you want to talk credit score. That's your choice. So I hope this gave you some food for thought. Think on it. Let me know your thoughts and how you feel. What type of investor? First, let's start with, what type of investor are you? What type of investor do you aspire to be? And do you really think that having an 800, let's even give it a 750, because for real, I'm not striving for more than a 750. 800, whatever, I literally don't care. 750 is all I really feel like I need to feel confident and get the good rates, because everyone knows that over 750 is really all the same shit. Like, there's nothing different past that 750. So let's think about that. I'm going to take that, give you that food for thought and that exercise until next week. But let me know What do you think? Do you think that you need a good credit score to start investing? Or have you used the excuse, I don't have a good credit score, my credit score is so low, on why you haven't started taking the strides to become the investor that you want to be? And I will see you in the next one. Bye.